What is going on, everybody? Brett here, and I'm back to finish our hopefully exciting conclusion to our Kingdom Rush Frontiers series. We have one level left to do, and it's been a tough one. I did it a bit off camera, and I think I finally have a decent build to show you guys to make sure that we try and do it. And that map, of course, is the Dusk Chateau, and it's a tough one. I remember on my I think legendary playthrough, I had a lot more trouble with this map. But even on normal, after coming back to the game from a long hiatus, I had difficulty taking this down. The things that make this map difficult is it really taxes all the different skills you learn in your playthrough. You need to learn how to micro your towers, you need to learn how to micro your heroes, and really well-timed meteor strikes are kind of like the key to this map. So also today, I like to knock this out, and I've chosen Alaric to do it because one thing I've realized in this map that you absolutely have to have are multiple things that can summon, or you need to be able to block up the lanes. And Alaric with his Sand Warriors is really good at that. Cronin could probably do it just fine as well with his boars, but he is, unfortunately for us, he's not level 10. Alaric was level 9, and just off camera I went ahead and got him up to 10 so that we could have him at max strength. I think also we've used Captain Blackthorn a lot this playthrough, mostly for his looting ability. And I think if we did that again, I mean, he also has other great abilities. Release the Kraken and Rum It and Bang are two really great AoE abilities. And yeah, but looting primarily, and I think we could probably get away with doing it with him as well. But it feels fitting to me that we do our last map with Alaric. Also, before we get going, I did say that I was going to showcase Saitam, and we will. If I'm able to take down the Dusk Chateau today, then we're going to choose one of these levels that we haven't maybe done Iron Mode or Heroic Mode challenges on, and we'll at least look at his skills and bring him into the battle. And whether or not we beat that map, it won't really matter. I just want to show you guys what he's capable of, because I haven't used him myself. I've just, seen him used and read over his skills. But anyway, without any further ado, let's take Alaric. Let's head into the Dusk Chateau, and I'll read the campaign blurb for you guys. It says, "Deep in the black heart of the forest, we found the root of this evil. Vasil has risen from his slumber. Vasil once more wields his dark power. Vasil, the ancient vampire prince long thought vanquished. From his mansion, this ancestral foe commands his army of darkness, hoping to turn your troops into a vampiric legion in his thrall. Let us shed light over this darkness and end this dark night for Luneria." Vasil sounds like a name from that old Interview with a Vampire movie, which of course was a book. But Tom Cruise, a lot of famous people were in that, if I remember correctly.
Blood and sand.
It's been a while on that
Blood
movie.
is the life.
So there he is. That's the boss. He periodically comes out to taunt us. And okay, so how's the build go? The most important things to start with, I found, are our barracks. And because zombies start summoning very early, you need to pretty much have 2 on this side to block off this graveyard spawn point. And this hero is someone that's given to us, Lucrezia. Anyway, she doesn't have a lot of HP. She has very high armor, so she's great against zombies. Oh wait, that was are we looking at the right thing? Yes, she has high armor. She does decent damage, but she has an AoE attack that's great. And if she ever needs to travel, oh lord, I'm gonna have to re-remember my micro here. But you'll see here she turns into a bat and she travels fairly quickly, so that's pretty cool. And we can bring up these guys. We need Alaric in the fight, and we can switch if we ever need to, but this is a pretty good starting formation. And then from here, probably the most important tower to start with is the Necromancer Tower. Now the Necromancer Tower, for those of you who don't know, it summons skeletons, and in missions like this where you find that you just can't cover your backline well enough, Necromancy Towers really help you to gum up the ground versus lots and lots of zombies. So after playing this map a lot of times, like I said, I played it off camera. I got pretty much to the end, and then like I got to the boss, and then like turned it off because I didn't want to actually, you know, finish the map without you guys. But it was very tough, and there's going to be a lot of ethereal units coming down this path. So we need to make sure we have magic coverage, and we certainly will by the time they get here. And in the meantime, we also want to make sure that we have coverage on both lanes in terms of DPS. So let's go ahead and get started. We could just go ahead and throw down a mage tower here.
Stay frosty.
We can watch her move and do her things.
I have no fear.
And we can move Alaric over here as long as they're not coming. But we need to make sure we don't leave him there. You can easily just straight up lose this battle thanks to micro mistakes. And we want to make sure that when it's feasible, we do summon early. So one of the big components of this build as well is using our tribal axe throwers to debuff units. These early stages are mostly, you know, AoE and chaff. But later on, we're going to get units with really high and scary resistances. And without the Totem of Weakness or the Totem of Spirits, they are extremely difficult to take out. Oh, he ran right by my ghoul. That's okay. We can afford to leak one. That was obviously an accident. I thought they would be able to shoot him down, but that's okay. Now we have to watch out for the Abomination's explosions. Alaric has really high health. So he can kind of stand and get exploded on. Okay. And we're managing to cover. Now she has magical attacks. Oh, we need just a bit more gold to get this. Hopefully that's able to finish him. And it's not, man. We're just kind of leaking just by the skin of our teeth here. Kind of just unfortunate accidents. But we're still fine. I think, you know, at 18 we're still in the 3-star category. We can certainly upgrade these guys just to be a little bit tougher when fighting against the ghouls. And our summoning early might be making this a bit difficult. We probably should consider not doing that. So let's go ahead and restart.
Stay frosty.
We can definitely summon early in some of the beginning parts, but then later on we need to make sure that we're pacing ourselves. Stack these on top of each other a little better.
I have no fear. I put a spell on you.
Okay, let's try this again.
Archers ready. Might and magic.
We didn't quite have enough magic damage at the end there. Let's tweak this a little bit. As we remember, we can bring him over. We can call early for the first few waves. But then after that, we might want to hold off. It's a good way to get some money advantages early. Like right now, we can call this early.
Shade is gone.
Get Alaric in the fight. Get her in the fight with her AoEs. Making sure to use our reinforcements as archers. And get some archers down here for some early damage. But we need to get Alaric back here. And I think at this point we should probably bring this group here back. These ghouls are a problem. Yeah, it's unfortunate that we had to do that. Hopefully we can hold here, and then we'll be able to move these guys back over. Okay. Want our archers just far enough back that they're not taking the damage. Let's get her in here too. There we go. So she's done her DPS. Let's not let her get, exploded upon. And we can drop some nice fire there. Should help clear some of the ghosts out. He dies, but he'll be back before it really matters. And I'm hoping that we have enough magic damage now. I thought she would target onto them with her AoE attack because it is magic. But I could be misremembering. There it is. Okay, so she used it on this guy. And do we dare summon early here? I think we can. But we do need to strengthen our guys. And we can drop fire here on the A-bombs. You know what, this might have been a mistake to summon early again. God dang it. Because now our entire line is dead. If we can cover, it'll be great, but I'm not sure we can. Werewolves are resistant to magic damage, so unfortunately this isn't doing the most. We can get a crossbow fort up. Like I said before, leaking 1 isn't terrible. I won't restart a map over that. But here come probably the most dangerous units here. And I think we need to make sure that we have the totem of weakness before they show up. Because they take so little damage from a lot of the sources that we currently have. But once I drop that totem, and hopefully it prioritizes them, they'll take an absolute ton of damage. We should move this back over. Just need to constantly be making sure that we are microing correctly. So not too bad. We kind of leaked 1 werewolf. I wish that hadn't happened, but we're okay. You really need to put physical damage on them as fast as you can. Which is why we're putting these crossbow forts down here. If we can upgrade them, get them their barrage abilities, we'll be able to nuke them pretty hard. So we added a couple sand warriors up there just to help hold them off. The Vampiressa. I think we can summon early. Drop some fire. And get the resets. Okay. I also think we probably should upgrade this here.
Stay frosty.
Make sure we have even more magic damage. Yeah, there's a lot of ethereal guys coming. So if you're not prepared for this map, this isn't a map that you can just do one time. You really have to do it multiple times to understand, where the enemies are coming from and where your dangers are at kind of what time. It's not an easy map by any means. I like getting that fully upgraded, and we can summon early here. They want to go ahead and get another crossbow fort in that direction. These guys are going to take a ton of damage and flip. Let's drop some fire on them. Ah, missed a little bit. That's okay. That kind of stray hit got him. And we may want to get another Necromancer tower to help us block up. Now if we could bunch them together, that would be good.
Be quick or be dead.
Reinforce! For the king!
We'll reinforce there. I think we can afford to summon early because all we want is access to our meteor. Help start clearing these guys out, but so many of them are going to explode at the same time that we're going to lose our hero for sure. But I think we're good. Yeah, let's get another Necromancer tower. And as we remember, the Vampiresses really need to take physical damage. She one-shots them. What's her name again? Lustreza? We don't need to let her die. We can pull her back. And I like trying to get a Dwarf tower here. Getting Death Riders is also okay. They strengthen, you know, our skeletons. Yeah, let's pull him back, let him heal, and we can bring her back up. Barrage would also be fine, but I think we need to get a Death Rider maybe in each lane. We're only on wave 8 of 15. This is a pretty tough map. It already kind of feels to me like we've done a ton. Okay. See what's coming next. Be a bit conservative with our money here. Summon a bit early, get some gold.
Be quick or be
Well, let's get some barrages. We need to make sure we have enough physical damage. We should definitely get the Death Riders. How much longer I want to put that off. Alright, Alaric, get in there, buddy. Okay, so we have one down here now. That'll buff all of our skeletons. And we want to get one in this lane as well. All of our archers go to this lane because that's where we need the physical damage right now. I'd like to get another barrage there too. And now we're getting swamped with the AoE. Alright, there we go. Let's get her in the front. Doing that AoE attack that she does. And we can drop fire, summon early. It's extra 36 gold. We really need to be on top of doing that. And now I think we can afford to get a dwarf. I think the fire damage from the dwarfs hit magic or physical immune enemies. Don't quote me on that. I could be absolutely wrong. We have one more free spot. She's doing a great job at holding them up, but we don't want her to die. I think we have enough magic damage that we're fine. And here we can just get an arcane tower, and probably get another one down here as well, perhaps with the tornado. So that's extra 48 gold, that's a ton. Get another barrage. And I think we can put a dwarf tower here, and then it should be able to reach, and we can put it, you know, here or there, wherever we need it. I might end up getting the battle mecha here before I do finish off the dwarf here. We'll just see what kind of enemies we end up getting. Yeah, we're not having too much trouble now controlling the Vampiresses. We have enough physical damage down here. Yeah, we're doing good. Let's see if we can bunch them up to hit them with a meteor. Yeah, that's good damage. So guys, I tried this with so many other heroes. Alaric just makes this a ton easier. Without those 3 little sand warriors, this battle becomes super difficult. Like I said, I would be interested in trying it again with Blackheart, just seeing if we can generate so much gold that we're able to kind of negate that downside. And we'll drop our reinforcements in harm's way, block them up a little bit, let them explode away from all of our skeletons. There we go, just like that. Perfect. And now we can get Alaric out here. You know, we'll summon early just because I think we'll be able to instantly use our meteors to good effect. And here we go. Now we want to make sure we get wasp missiles. ASAP. And we need to bring her down. Alaric is dead. We need a hero here. Do her AoE. Oh man, if we leak here, I'm going to be so sad. I'm going to be sad because we could have completely stopped it if we had just moved our guys over. Dang. So hopefully we get 3 stars here. 17 I think is 2 stars. So that's my fault. That's just a lapse in my micro. Whenever the werewolves start coming, you really want to move over this middle group. We're also kind of sitting on a lot of gold we could have done something with. Let's move her back. I mean, we can also increase our range here on some of these. We do need to finish getting those wasp missiles though. And give ourselves a little extra crit. Dang, my bad guys. We were so close to a 3-star run. But hopefully it doesn't bother you too much. This is basically, I found, one of the better builds to do this with. And you can obviously tweak things. I think the really necessary parts are to start with a Necromancer Tower. We don't need Alaric to die. Let's just back him up. Start with the Necromancer Tower and work your way towards this Axe Thrower in the center. You really need them to take more damage from all sources. Otherwise, this fight becomes extremely difficult. And we can give them some waste disposal as well. Try and slow down the werewolves. And getting ourselves some extra tough Templars isn't bad. Nice AoE damage there. Get some more Templar. Now I guess we can look to upgrade our door. Summon early, that's a lot of gold, and we'll take it. And we just want to make sure we get Furnace Blast. Would love to get Twister on both of these. Yeah, let's drop on these guys. That feels pretty good. We can see together. Hopefully we'll be able to check whether or not the fire damage hurts the physical immune. I'm not sure if it counts as magic. They're going to escape, I think, before we get a chance. We'll do it right now, of course. Just a bit too late. If it can do it again right now. So we upgrade that. Now we have increased range on our Axe Thrower Tower, which is pretty sweet. And there we go. So we have pretty huge range on these towers now. Pestilence is good versus the zombies and the magic guys. It's not super great versus anything else. The really tough units here are the Lycans and the Vampiresses. So we're on wave 15. This should be the boss. You can get a core drill. Look to one-shot some valuable targets. We could also boost the power of our Death Riders. I'm watching it slowly die, so I'm going to upgrade it now and drop the meteor there, and that was a lot of dead dudes. So we have a lot of gold left. Hopefully it lets us spend it before we have to kill the boss. So when I got here last time, guys, I got here with a lot less health. I think we could have done this perfectly. So we still have 300 and something. That's a ton. Who do we upgrade, though? Make sure our Templar don't just get wrecked. How much life does he have? Basil, 6,780. He has no armor. We drop fire on him. Seems to do some damage. He has no natural resistances, so we just need to clear out all these vampires so that we can focus him down with like our maximum barrage. Alright, so now we've got super range on a lot of stuff. Let's get Alaric in there. He should be able to man-fight this dude. He does a ton of damage. But Alaric also returns damage to its source, so he probably does a lot of reflection damage to him. And 2 units of Templars here is a pretty tanky wall. They also do a lot of damage. I think a lot of people that play this game kind of forget how much damage barracks units can do if they're just not dying. And now he's just going to try and like run through us here, which he may have the DPS to do. We should have moved Our Lady. We didn't get some shots. Is that it? Did we get it? Alright. Dead and Loving It. Defeat Basil, the Everlasting Prince. And 2 stars. I think, man, we leaked just 1 too few. It's kind of been the story of my life this run. But I think we could easily go back in with an extremely similar build and just knock it out. So guys, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed that. I kind of tried my best to talk through my strategy there and why we were putting what where. But before we go, let's take a look at Saitam. And he's obviously based off of the Chinese monkey god. I guess you would call it a mythology at this point. But he has 300 HP, low armor, 14 to 26 damage, and average speed. So we can look at his abilities. The spinning pole spins his dual Tetsubo, dealing 48 damage to all enemies around him, so a nice AoE. With a flurry, a fast and powerful strike deals 110 damage to an enemy, Tetsubo Storm. So, you know, that's a single target burst. Monkey Palm, with an ancient technique, stuns an enemy for 1 second and silences it for 5 seconds. Okay, nice little stun silence. Angry God, invoking his godly fury. All enemies receive 25% extra damage for 5 seconds. Wow. That might have been great on that last map, actually. Channeling his divine energy, Saitam gains 3 life regeneration per second. Okay. So he gets some good regen. Let's try this Angry God thing. Let's see what that does. Select him. Funny voice they gave him. Alright. What do we want to do this on? I mean, I was hoping to 3-star, that way we could do like the heroic. But I don't know if you guys want to watch me do that map again with a weaker hero that probably won't be able to do it. That sounds somewhat miserable. But we can bring him maybe to Bonesburg. That could be fun. Bonesburg gives us the unique, like, Frankenstein tower. You know what? Let's bring him to Heroic Bonesburg. This should be good. I love just mindlessly killing zombies with tons and tons of AoE. That's my favorite.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
Nice.
I am Saitam, mighty monkey. You fight like a dairy farmer.
Like a dairy farmer.
Hunt this on a squash banana.
Oh my god, his quotes.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
What is the squash banana? Oh, that's from Rafiki.
Saitam, mighty monkey.
That's Lion King. Aha. Okay. Pretty sure this is the thing we want upgraded the most. Dark Forge. I'm not sure if we need to have the Flesh Golem at this moment. Let's see. But we'll kind of go with a similar strategy to the one we just employed. We want to make sure that we have the Necromancer Tower to make sure that we have zombie skeletons, or skeletons rather, to help us block up the map. Could do something like this. Okay, a lot of low rank towers, but we'll see. And it's pretty cool. He does like a Dragon Ball Z cloud, or Dragon Ball cloud, to zip around the map. That's really awesome. So that increases his movement speed. So what I'm curious about is whether or not his... wow, it does apply to all units. Does he take damage while he channels this? That's very interesting to know. Because if he becomes invulnerable while he does that, then it's an extremely powerful ability. But the thing we want to make sure we're doing is backing up the Dark Forge. The Dark Forge, I think, is the most important thing here. And we definitely are going to need to drop some fire. Summon a bit early. Yeah, we need lots of AoE here. Probably should upgrade our footmen. We'll drop fire here because that's where the ghouls are. And he's already almost level 6, which is kind of cool. I'm kind of trying to keep my my archer towers upgraded just a bit because I feel like at a certain point they're going to throw bats at us. And I want to make sure I have enough anti-air coverage. But we'll see. So his channeling to make everyone, was it 60% weaker to damage? That's got to be obscene. I can see some scenarios where that's just absolutely broken. Especially against AoE. We don't have, you know, the best build this early in this map to like take advantage of it, but late in certain stages, I mean, you could just clear an entire wave with like a dwarf tower, you know, correctly positioned. Get our flesh golem up there. So he's nearly up to level 7. That's awesome. We can get ourselves a crossbow fort. Maybe make this one an axe thrower. Alright, let's kill him. Summon a bit early here. And let's drop, see if we can kill some of these ghouls, put some damage on the A-bomb, and take out a couple of zombies in the process. So he's up to level 7. He's like power leveling on this map. It's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll just use the axe thrower. Great single target damage. If we can get a dwarf here, that would be awesome. Yeah, he's just non-stop attack. His attack speed is very fast. We shouldn't have to worry about this leaking. The Dark Forge is obviously it's sitting super far back, but it's got that covered, I think. So we should switch over the Flesh Golem to this side. So he doesn't have to stand there. Well, maybe he does have to stand there. It looks like we interrupted it somehow. Let's get some fire going. So level 8, he seems to only get like 20 HP per level. Because he started at 300 and now he's at 340 and he's gained 2 levels. So that would be my guess. Yeah, and he just got another 20, so that was a good guess. Get some footmen back here. Okay, our zombie's holding. Get some more AoE up top. We can put another dwarf up here. And yeah, I think our Necromancer Tower is really what's doing it for us. It's giving us just enough chaff to hold them back. We're on wave 5 of 6. We've almost got this. But I think the synergy here, the obvious synergy, is to use Totem of Weakness, upgraded, you know, across different parts of the map, and then hopefully you get that like beautiful moment where he uses his channel, plus, you know, you get the totem, and everything just within that totem's radius just takes an obscene amount of damage, and basically insta dies. I think that's kind of the dream. Summon early and get a dwarf. We can drop some fire here. And he's not super tanky, so it's kind of hard to let him stand and fight against these A-bombs. But he's doing okay. His stuns seem to be very good. Certainly want to get a Furnace Blast, but when they start exploding, I mean, they're just going to like kill him. He just doesn't have a big HP pool. Yeah, like he dies to almost 1. See if we can let him heal. He does have like super regen, I guess. But I don't know if he needs to actively use that or if it's like a passive for him. We can do something like this to try and help block them up at this dwarf position. And we can do something like this as well. Because the longer they stay here, the more damage they take. Let's get Frank all the way up. Good old Frankie. Now he has a huge AoE attack that he can do. Alright, let's get Saitam in there. God, that one meteor almost killed him while that is active. That's beautiful. Would have been cool to get him up to level 9 here, but I think this is going to be it. We have the wave clear that we need. I think we're fine. There we go. We just need that fire going. Let's hold them here, standing in the fire. It's kind of fitting that our last episode would be a long one and an experimental one. I want to let you guys know as well that the third game in the series, Origins, I have it bought, I have it installed, and I'm ready to go with it. If there's interest in that series, just let me know. I was kind of holding off on playing it and kind of delaying this finale here a little bit just because they don't have all the DLC, all the available DLC in the game yet. But as of, I think, you know, a day or two ago, they finally have another part of the DLC. So I think they have 2 of the 3 DLCs in it. So it's pretty much near a completed state. And by the time we work our way to that point, the last of the DLC should be in it. I didn't want to have any of the, you know, cool heroes and stuff locked behind paywalls while we were, you know, waiting to play it. So anyway, guys, I'm ready to do it if you're ready to watch it. It's a game that I love, and I'm going to be happy to play it. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. I really enjoyed this playthrough. I could obviously go back and do it all 100%, but I'm not getting a ton of views on these videos, and that's probably because this is an older game and other people have covered it to death. But if you did like it, let me know. Subscribe if you did enjoy this. Like the video if you did like it. And yeah, I had fun. Dusk Chateau is a tough map. Saitam is a cool hero. And the Kingdom Rush franchise has been a great one for me. So consider picking it up if you haven't already. Nobody's paying me to say that, of course. But yeah, it's been one of those things that's been well worth the money for me over the years. I bought it on mobile for next to nothing, the whole series. And they're still coming out with games. The newest game, the 4th game in the series, has been amazing. Probably will be a while before I can play it on my channel because I need it to come to Steam first. But yeah, just let me know what your interests are if you're watching this, and I'll try and match them with our next playthrough. So thanks so much again, guys. Take care. I will see you in the next one. Later.